Turn it up. It's Sports Day with Dan Day.
Home cooking doing the Heat some good. Last night, the Pacers came to town. All of a sudden, we start scoring points and doing well. Lo and behold, the New York Knickerbockers. Oh, that's not their name anymore. The New York Knicks coming to town tomorrow evening at around 6 o'clock. And will the home cooking stay good? We shall see. I am Dan Day along with my cousin Vladimir Louison. Vlad, are you going to the game tomorrow night?
Yes, I am.
Right
after the show.
Right after the show, we're going to take you up tonight. Today, we're abbreviated to 2:30 because we've got a Panthers game who are also got some home cooking going for themselves. Big win the other night against Edmonton. By the way, we own you, Edmonton. Thank you very much.
I don't know if we own them.
I don't appreciate what you did in the Four Nations Challenge, but that's not enough.
I don't know if we own them, but we did beat them again.
Own them. You win the Stanley Cup Finals over them,
did
and
you beat them in
the
night? Yeah, but they beat you also
you're up
the first time.
You're up 3-0, and you won the fourth game. That's it.
What?
Own you.
How you own the fourth game?
We owned the fourth game. We won.
You mean the seventh game?
Whatever. Fourth win.
The fourth win. Okay. All right. Yeah, you don't own them. If we're going by from last season, if we're going by the Stanley Cup.
Did you watch the game the other night?
It's 5-4.
Oh,
Yeah. You're talking about the 4-3 win? Yeah, the 4-3 win.
Yeah. Yeah, though you're up the whole game.
Okay.
That you never sweated that you were going to lose?
Yeah, you did.
Did you ever? You did?
Yeah, when it was 2-2.
You got to believe, bro.
Yeah.
Sorry. Not a real fan.
Wow.
I did not sweat that one at all. That was an easy one. Now, if it was on their own ice, maybe a little more sweat, but no sweat. Nonetheless, you get the Knicks tomorrow. Are you sweating a little bit tomorrow night for the Knicks, man? You know, they're playing better. They're scoring points. Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero.
No.
Davion Mitchell makes everything.
No.
He's on night now. Don't call that man off night. He's on night.
Jalen Brunson's going to bust his ass.
Jalen Brunson's a great player in this league.
Yeah, he's going to bust his ass tomorrow.
What a great deal. Remember when Jalen Brunson first signed from the Dallas Mavericks and New York Knicks? Were like, whoa, they overpaid. Now you look back on his
He's underpaid.
What a great deal.
He's underpaid.
They got a steal of a deal for him.
He's underpaid.
By the way, people forget he made a great run in the playoffs with the Mavericks, too. Oh, man.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game tomorrow. Looks like everybody's finally over the Jimmy situation.
I was going to say, is Jimmy Butler playing tomorrow night? Oh, wait, he's
playing tonight. He's playing tonight with 76ers.
By the way, the Golden State Warriors are doing really good with Jimmy Butler, which is expected. You add a top 15 player in the league to your team that has a legend already on it, and Draymond Green, you're going to be pretty good.
Especially a legend that's dropping 56. It's a trade that's, look, it's a month. It's a month. It's a month since the trade. Tomorrow will be make a month because the trade was what, February? No.
It was on the trade deadline, February 6th.
It was on the trade deadline, right? So,
6th.
Yeah. So next week we'll make it a month.
It's beneficial for everybody. Jimmy,
it's been beneficial to everyone.
Now look at Doncic's trade. That's been a little more one-sided.
That's because one person's been hurt.
Once again, one-sided. I like it when everybody does this. Well, that's not fair to say this because he was hurt. Well, Christian Wilkins, I said good riddance. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. And everybody said, but he was hurt. Well, if he'd have been hurt on the Dolphins, he'd have just taken a bunch of money.
You don't know if he would have been hurt with the Dolphins.
Okay. So once again, people always make this excuse. Oh, well, it's not fair because he's been hurt. Well, I mean, so Greg Oden being the number 1 overall pick was actually a good pick over Kevin Durant because if he would have been healthy, he'd have been better than Kevin Durant. Yeah, that's exactly what I want.
Everybody has hindsight, but, after the fact, but still, nonetheless, it was,
Injuries are part of the game.
Injuries are part of the game.
That.
Right. Like, for the simple, I'm glad you said that. That's like your quarterback. He gets injured all the time.
Yeah.
And you paid him $250.
It costs us.
Yeah.
It cost us this season.
Yeah.
Maybe it cost us this
season. Maybe. Now,
couldn't beat Buffalo.
So for two, it's maybe, but for everybody else, for Anthony Davis, it's like,
No, Doncic is a better player than Anthony Davis.
That's great. We all know that. I know that. We know that. Nobody trades a 25-year-old. But in Dallas's thinking, poor Nico. In Dallas's thinking, they can win in the short term and don't have to deal with the long term.
Dallas's thinking was trade the third in voting for MVP, league-leading scorer last year for Anthony Davis, who's also a very good player. He's top 10 in rebounds and scoring this season, which is good. But you got older and less production and more injury prone. But a guy that didn't want to do workouts. Okay. Once again, this isn't a Dallas show or a Los Angeles.
No, this is about the Heat. And
Jimmy Butler, I'm cool with the trade. I'm not really upset. Whatever. I'm ready for the 25th when he comes.
Okay. Yeah, the 25th is another 24 days away. Good win last night.
The Knicks tomorrow. That's always going to be juicy.
Maybe it'll be juicy because of the New York Miami rivalry. But
the only thing that scares me is, like Dennis Green said, the Knicks are who we think they are. They're going to be terrible against anybody that's good, and anybody that's average or below, they're going to whoop them.
But then this is my thinking about you guys. I don't understand how you guys are not that great. You understand
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm scared.
But this is your problem. Y'all win one game, y'all win one good game, and then y'all start thinking, oh, this is it. And it's like, no, have you not seen the past 2 years, the past 2 seasons? Yes, they can beat good teams, the Miami Heat, and they can lose to good teams. They can beat bad teams, and they can lose to bad teams. They're mediocre. The record says what they are.
See, but the Knicks aren't like that. The Knicks they will beat who they're supposed to beat, and they're going to lose.
There's 3 teams the Knicks can't beat, but they can beat every other good team.
Did you see the Celtics Cavaliers game last night?
Yeah, pretty impressive win by the Cavs.
I'm starting to believe in the Cavaliers now because they were getting spanked, and then they just crawled back into it and then won easily. It's like, wow, Celtics are a little up and down this year too.
They're the champs, man.
Yeah, I'm not discounting them. I'm not going to say
I get sick and tired of when teams who've been in the playoffs and going to the Eastern Conference or to the conference championships or to the finals, when every year we expect them to go like 73-9 or 67-15. Now, they played a lot of basketball. They played basketball longer than anybody else the season prior. So if it takes them, they want to take time to rest, or a game against the Utah Jazz is not important in Salt Lake.
Well, yeah, they got
a bigger fish to fry.
And they also get everybody's best game because
you're the champs. You're going to get everybody's best game.
Well,
but last night though, damn, they were down. They had Cleveland down, but 25-5.
They could have killed them.
They were down by 25, and then they cut it to 10 at the half, and then in the fourth quarter, Donovan Mitchell showed up. So, pretty impressive win. Very impressive win by the Cavs. Very impressive win. And what was it the other day? We saw OKC struggle the other day. OKC had a 25-point lead and lost to Minnesota. Everybody, this is gonna be a great NBA playoffs. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the month of March, so basketball will be taking over for the next 3 months.
The Miami Hurricanes basketball team plays no defense whatsoever. They're already down 17-11.
They're giving up 100 points today.
Just 5 minutes into the game.
I guarantee you they're going to give up 100 points.
Against North Carolina. I didn't know that Bethea was a number 10 rated overall player in the country.
He hasn't played like that.
No, he's not. It's been a rough year for everybody on the Hurricanes team, but we'll have Jai Lucas as our coach next year, so we'll see how that goes. Let's get to some of the headlines real quick. The Heat outlasted the Pacers 125-120. The Knicks in town tomorrow at 6. The Panthers, they host the Calgary Flames today at 3:30. Ryan Lomberg.
3:30?
Yeah,
3 p.m. I thought.
Is it 3?
Yeah.
Oh man,
pregame shows at 2:30.
Florida Panthers, they are at 3 o'clock. I was hoping that maybe 3:30, so we could have an extra 30.
No, I don't need that. Okay. I need to get to work.
Okay. Well, Ryan Lomberg's coming to town. You want to ruin that for him too?
Yeah. Lamborghini. They're gonna have a nice little celebration for him. Probably before the game.
He was drunk as hell at the ceremony.
Yeah, he was drunk and he wasn't even on the roster anymore. That was gross. Great.
That was nasty business that you told me that he had to wear street clothes, and then when they won the championship, he had to go to the locker room and change into his uniform.
Oh, right, because he wasn't part of the
he wasn't part of the dress.
He wasn't part of the he was in the final.
Play one game in the final.
In the Stanley Cup, but he didn't play game 7. But it was funny. All of a sudden, I'm like, damn, I just saw you upstairs with a suit on. Now you wearing your clothes? Okay.
Got to take the pictures, man.
Got to take the pics.
NFL Combine continues throughout the weekend. Dolphins continue to look up players and decide who they want to get with that 13th pick. Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders will not work out today. They're not going to throw, which I don't blame them. There's no benefit in going out there and throwing. They might throw at their pro days. We'll have to wait and see. Canes baseball team could not hold on to a 2-0 lead as they fell to Florida 6-2. The two played today at 4:30. Canes basketball team, they are playing in North Carolina right now. Let's see them not play defense. They really don't play defense, man. They're trying, but they're not very good at defense. 19-11 is the score right now.
They got to take the over.
Sandy Alcantara pitched 2 innings yesterday, giving up 2 hits, no runs, and striking out 3 batters. The Marlins and the Nationals get spring training action going today at 6, a little later in the day. Try to stay cool. Lionel Messi says his unhappy times at Paris Saint-Germain with PSG led him to want to play for Inter Miami so he could find happiness. The Herons, they face the Houston Dynamo tonight at 7. So
Wow. So he lost his joy in PSG.
PSG.
He lost his joy in Paris.
Patty? Gay Patty?
Joy Paris.
Playing with Mbappe and Neymar.
And he lost his joy.
He and Neymar both have talked very openly about how much they did not like their time at PSG.
But that's crazy.
It's a combination of things. I can kind of figure it out.
I kind of figure it out too, but
I mean, I think everybody kind of knows.
I kind of figure it out. But they also have very outspoken fathers, both players.
Oh yeah, I told you Messi's dad.
That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is they also have
his manager, by the way.
That's what I'm saying. Like they have parents who are very involved in their children's lives, even though their children or have their own families.
I like how Messi is not very outspoken, but his pops.
Well,
it's like LeBron. Well, LeBron's actually kind of outspoken, but like let other people do your dirty work for you, you know?
Well, no, because then they'll call him passive aggressive and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I like that.
You can't let it slide. That a friend of mine said Messi's dad bought a huge meal at Le Tigre, which is closed now right by us, and didn't tip a penny.
That's nasty, right?
That's nasty, man. Like, I'm sorry. You're like, why you put that out there? It's like, that kind of needs to be put out there.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know.
And for all the people, what do y'all know about? So we got a little bit of insight. Thank you. Fired up today. Former Kane, Damian Lewis, has returned to Coral Gables as the D-line coach.
Nice.
Played 10 NFL
Big
seasons.
D. Luke.
Coached the past 5 years.
I like
professionally
that.
and in college.
Where did he go? What NFL team? It wasn't Philadelphia, was it?
10 years in the league.
That's just I know he played for a team.
I hope he played for a team.
No, I know. I'm trying to figure out what team he played for.
I know who's not playing this year anymore. Joel Embiid. He got shut down for the season with a bad knee. 76ers disappointing, 20-38. They're 11th in the East this season. So if the season were to end today, they wouldn't even be in the play-in, Vlad. Paul George. Oh, they had to cut Caleb Williams. Okay,
how about Paul George coming? Yeah.
Paul George is a whole lot of nothing. Everywhere he's been is a whole lot of nothing.
Due to
great player, but
my injuries and everything. Oh, he was drafted by the Rams in 2001. I thought he played for the Eagles. I'm sorry.
St. Louis action.
Yeah, he was St. Louis, Carolina, New England, and Houston.
A true professional.
Definitely. Yeah. What was he doing? What was he saying?
Paul George?
Yeah. Oh, due to I got to take time off from my podcast to focus more on the games and getting back healthy. Duh. Hey, numbnuts, you should have been doing that from the first place.
He was a perfect fit for the Clippers. A player and an organization that are a whole lot of nothing. They look good, but a whole lot of nothing.
Let me tell you this. Daryl Morey
is garbage.
Has given two of the worst contracts. Because the other day we were talking about, my friends and I were talking about
ruin James Harden's career.
Check this out. You're right. And that was another thing. The man that was the guy that he loved, right? Loved James Harden, did everything, and then all of a sudden tried to sandbag him. But think about it. We were talking about this the other day. What are the worst not NFL contracts. What are the worst sports contracts in history? And obviously the number one is Deshaun, because Deshaun is fully guaranteed 230.
Yeah.
Right? Then we're like, what's the worst? And I'm like, Paul George's contract's the second worst contract in sports right now. They gave him 5 years, $240 million, something to that fact, or 201
guaranteed in the NBA,
or 4 years. They might have given him 4 years, 200. I know he's making $50 million a year, and it's all guaranteed for a guy who can't even bust a LA Fitness player's ass.
Speaking of Jimmy Butler, too, everyone's talking about he's getting sued by his former landlord because apparently he just left his former house here in South Florida in just disarray. The guy gets paid. Well, how much is he making a year? 40 million, 60 million,
Jimmy,
61 million.
Jimmy's about to make 60 million a year now.
And he can't clean his pool, and he's running his mansion into the ground. Jimmy,
I don't understand how these athletes be doing some of their
I just don't think
some of their homes and rentals or whatever. Like, come on.
I mean, it is a rental,
but it doesn't matter. Like, you just pay for somebody to come clean.
I get up and clean every day just because I'm trying to get a clean house, but at the same time, I don't want to have to pay eventually. You know. All this posturing about Matthew Stafford, where is he going to go? We knew he was going to stay with the Rams. He restructured his contract, but he keeps open the option to talk to other teams. So there you go. Matthew Stafford going to be with the Rams. We already kind of knew that nonetheless. With that being said, nonetheless, let's go ahead and take a step into the day spa. I told you last week, Vlad, it's thieving season. Carson Beck got 2 of his cars stolen. John Morant.
Wifey got she got her car back. He did it.
That thing's been stripped down and sold.
That's crazy. That's an inside job, bro.
Okay, so it's thieving season. Listen to this. Thieves in Colorado.
It's thieving season. You're crazy.
Thieves in Colorado, they faked a seizure to distract workers at a pet shop.
Love it.
And stole an expensive bulldog from one of their pens.
See, now you can't use that move again.
No, because anytime someone fakes a seizure.
Yeah, but that was a great move. That was a great move.
Because, I mean, yeah, somebody has a seizure.
The distraction, your eyes are not focused on everything. Your eyes is focused on the C's. And you got cheese.
What a job, though, man. Like, let's steal an expensive bulldog. Yeah, I know. That's a lot of work.
And here's the other thing.
Bulldogs are a lot of work.
If you steal that, you can't sell it.
Oh, you can sell a bulldog on the black market.
Oh, wait. It's a real, you talking about a real bulldog?
Yeah, a real bulldog.
Okay.
A pup.
Oh,
You can sell that. You can sell some animals on the black market, Vlad. Trust me.
You definitely can. No, I thought it was maybe like a statue or something like that.
No, can't do that, man.
He stole an animal?
He stole a real animal.
Yeah, you get caught. You doing some bad time. You doing some time.
Because it's animal cruelty too.
Animal cruelty, animal extorting,
theft, grand theft, larceny.
Dude, it's gonna be federal if you move that bulldog across state lines.
So what do you geofence your black market website?
I'm just saying, the dog is like narcotics.
I think if you're faking a seizure to steal a real live bulldog, you're not really worried about transferring across state lines. I would hope.
Damn.
Vlad, you want to talk about cookies. So, I had some stuff planned, but you're really excited about cookies.
I love cookies.
Cookies are key to the sports world here in South Florida, and really not just the sports world, the world in general here in South Florida. So we're going to talk about cookies.
Cookies is king.
Next, here on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
Download it today and make WQAM your favorite station.
Dan Day, along with my cousin Vladimir Lewis on. You were missed at the roll call last night, Vlad. Duffy's implantation. You were no show.
I'm never show on Fridays.
They all asked for you.
The only person I want to know who's asking for me, Serena.
She wasn't there last night.
You think Vlad's gonna be there?
Our dude Corey was there, though. Let me tell you, man, Corey was one of the coolest dudes. He said he was always listening, always hanging out, wondering where you were at. He and I were talking a little bit about the Dolphins, and he said, you know what? True Dolphins fan. Corey told me this. He said, I ride or die with this team. He goes, I just pray one day I'll see something special like a Super Bowl. I said, man, just stay with them. He goes, some of my friends have left the Dolphins. They said, you know what? I'm done with this nonsense. 25 years without winning a playoff game, I'm done. But he says, I'm going to stick with it. I said, one day you will be rewarded. I promise you that. Corey's listening. And this is how cool Corey, at the end, I was saying goodnight to him. I said, man, we'll give you a shout out like 12, 20. He said, oh, when you come back from commercial. And this lovely lady was like, man, he knows y'all's whole schedule. I said, man.
Shout out to Corey.
They're doing all right, man. They're doing all right.
Shout out to him, man.
Taking care of business. We appreciate that always. You're always welcome to Vlad at Duffy's Implantation, Thursdays and Fridays.
I'm definitely there Thursday.
Yeah, everyone's welcome. 2-for-1 drinks. Goodness gracious. Okay, so you can get what you want there, but the sports world in South Florida has been shaken up. Now, we know Pat Riley and Jimmy Butler didn't have the cleanest of endings. It was a messy divorce.
Nasty work.
And Pat Riley kind of let Jimmy get away with some stuff and then decided, you know what? No more. You got to fly with the team. You got to stay with the team. And if you don't, you're going to be suspended and we're going to take your money and we're going to do all that other good stuff. So we know Pat Riley, man, he'll wave that wand every once in a while and say, let's come out now. Dwayne Wade was talking the other day and said that he knew things were really bad in the Big Three era when LeBron James, apparently, this is what, from my understanding, used to have he has his own chef, and we know LeBron takes care of his body. He had his own chef prepare food, but especially cookies for every flight. From what I'm understanding, LeBron James brought the food and the cookies onto the plane.
Right. He doesn't eat the meals that the plane or the team provides.
Which are 5-star meals, by the way.
Right. He has his own chef who provides him probably what he needs is a 5-star meal.
Understandable.
Which is understandable.
People have their own dietary wants and needs, which is totally
absolutely.
Look at me. I eat weird as hell. I understand that.
I was watching Road to Go, whatever that Netflix thing. They were talking to the French chef. The French chef had to make like 12 different meals. Like it was like 4 chefs.
You get paid for.
Right, you get paid for, but every player has a different diet plan or different things that they can and cannot eat. So they gotta abide by the rules.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. So from what I'm understanding, this is what was really nasty. LeBron James.
It was already, by the way, context. Things were already shaky between Riley and LeBron. This is 2014. This is the last year.
This is the last year, and we're going to dive into it. But so just to give you the story first, and then we'll get into it. Apparently, LeBron James brought the food and the cookies onto the plane. They're playing a card game, and he's like, yo, give me my cookies. I don't know if that's those exact words.
Hey, can I get my cookies?
And they said, no, they've been.
They had to whisper. They had to come to him and whisper to him while he's playing cards. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know this, I think most of you do, but if you don't, if you're new listening to this show, Sports Day, 560 WQAM with Dan Day and Vladimir Lewis. NBA players and most athletes, professional athletes, when they travel, they do gamble. They gamble.
Yeah, of course.
They gamble. They play card games. So it's not crazy to be in a plane of NBA athletes, them grouped together playing cards for a good amount of money. There's a particular game that they play that's caused a lot of money. You can win a lot of money on one hand, or you can lose a lot of money on one hand.
I'm thinking one of two. I'm going to guess. It's either spades or tonk.
Tonk is one of them.
Tonk, okay.
It's definely tonk.
Tonk is all we did.
Tonk is always
right.
It's
definitely played.
But it's another one that they call. I can't recall the name. It's but I'll look it up. Good, but yeah, that's what they were doing. So they were playing cards.
They were playing tonk.
They were playing pretty much tonk.
Okay, so LeBron just wants his cookies. The man brought cookies. So apparently Pat Riley and the Heat brass prohibited those cookies from being either left on the plane or brought to LeBron. And then LeBron not loses his mind, got angry and quits the card game, walks away from the card game.
It might have been Bure. That's the name. That's the other name.
Okay.
Bure's the other one. It probably was Bure. And he stopped playing Bure, took a step back in his seat.
Didn't talk the rest of the flight.
And didn't talk for the rest of the flight.
And then Dwayne Wade says, that's when I knew things weren't good. So Pat Riley decided to take that man's cookies away. First of all, and I mean, once again, I love Pat Riley. It's a little immature. I mean, even if you think or know that LeBron James is going to leave the team at the end of the season, that's a little immature. That's a little bit trying to, as we say, try to be the big guy in the room, or big guy.
Try to be the big kahuna.
Yeah, trying to be the big kahuna, trying to say, like, this is bad. Seriously, man, it's cookies. Stop that. Number two, and I mean, this is a big if
that's the reason,
that's a reason or the reason LeBron James left, no, because
you know what?
I don't want to think about it.
Who's in? No, Dan.
Too much.
Dan, think about it. I'm happy this story came out because it explains why maybe Riles had to lessen control when Jimmy came. Because remember, we heard the story about Jimmy renting an Airbnb 30 minutes away from the team's hotel when they were in the finals in 2022, 2021 against whatever year that was. Was it 22? 22 against the Nuggets?
Denver Nuggets.
Or was it 23? I think it was 23 against the Nuggets.
23.
Yeah, 23 against the Nuggets.
Yep.
He was 30 minutes away from them. But that's cool if that's what he needed to do, whatever. But you could tell that Ross probably learned from that mistake with LeBron. But then Riles is Riles, and Riles is gonna be like, all right, you know what? I've given you, I've loosened the rein with you, but now you're taking advantage of it. I got to get back to being Riles, and that might have been a conflicting point between him and Jimmy, because Jimmy was like, well, you were allowing me to do all this stuff before.
You can't give it then take it away.
Right.
We've talked about this, but so number one, I'm guessing the writing was on the wall. LeBron probably made it pretty well known for the most part to Pat Riley, and Pat Riley knew LeBron probably not coming back. So Pat Riley decides to pull a
No, you
move.
can't tell. You know what, Dan? You can't tell me that, because if that was the case, then Riles would have never gone to Vegas with the rings and then guess what? That's why LeBron was watching the World Cup game and then paid no attention to him.
We're trying to do full circle here. On one side of it, you say Pat Riley knew, LeBron James made it known. Pat Riley was just trying to pull a move, whatever. But then again, yeah, you're right. Pat Riley still, if Pat Riley quote unquote knew, why did he go to this the hotel? Why did LeBron James start dishing? Was this maybe a factor? And LeBron was like, I'm kind of on the fence. Maybe I'm going to leave, probably going to leave, but I could see making running it back. And then Riley pulls a move like this, and LeBron's like, you know what? I don't need this. I'm one of the greatest, if not the greatest player of all time, and I got this guy trying to prove his manhood to me by stealing my cookies or taking my cookies away from me. Riley does go to the meet, tries to meet with him, and LeBron's watching the World Cup. World Cup's always awesome, so I do understand that, but he ain't having no time with that, man. But so now Pat Riley, let's say, boop, 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 says, whoa, this is a different league now, and superstars have a lot more power. I'm not going to make the same mistake again. So Jimmy Butler comes. Jimmy Butler says, I don't want to stay with the team. I don't want to travel with the team. I'll go to shoot-arounds and practices, but, I want extra tickets to every game. I want this type of special treatment. And Pat Riley says, you know what? I made that mistake with LeBron, and it cost me one of the greatest players of all time. We really want you here, Jimmy. Okay, look, as long as you show up and play, you're good. I think that was the agreement, though. As long as you show up and play well, you're good. Jimmy broke that agreement by not showing up and not playing well. But I think that's, now you're seeing, that is a byproduct. These cookies aren't just cookies on a plane.
Yeah, you know what, man? You just asked
This has a long history.
How do we know LeBron wasn't overweight?
Overweight.
LeBron hasn't been overweight since, 2 years old?
I don't think LeBron was.
I don't even think he was born overweight.
He wasn't even born with baby fat.
Come on, man.
Pat Riley. I mean, not Pat Riley. LeBron James is. There's no question about his physique and his health. But so this isn't just, this has long tails on it, because it's not just possibly pissing LeBron James off and having him decide, maybe it's the straw that broke the camel's back. I don't know. But it's not just losing LeBron James. It's not just the end of an era. It's not just the big three going down. It goes into the whole Jimmy Butler situation, because I guarantee Riley learned from not just the cookies, but from saying everyone's treated the same, no special treatment. You test me, I'll test you, I'll show you, to being like, okay, we can't do that anymore. And then years later, we have the Jimmy Butler situation. It's not, first of all, I'm almost 100% sure this is real, but it's not a far stretch to say that the treatment of LeBron James.
Yes, I believe. No, I agree with you.
Directly connected.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he realized, because of he didn't like the player movement, the player empowerment, and so he realized what happened. And then word gets around, bro. That's the thing. These players talk. These players train with each other, so they talk around. So you don't want to be this iron fist, and then all of a sudden you can't get the best players because they look at you as a dictator or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they already know, it's already about, you already hear about heat culture, but now you don't want to hear about heat culture and somebody's on your neck, like press, on your helmet every day because of this. Oh, you might be, 1 pound fat. Remember, you heard what Shaq said, how he had to use, he had to use Diddy oil to get away from all those weekly fat percentage checkups, which is weird, but come on, man. That's LeBron James. That's the best player in the world. You don't do anything to upset the best player in the world.
It's a total power move. Now, if he was trying to take cookies away or whatever from Shaq or someone that was somewhat
that I can understand
a little more. Yeah, but this is LeBron James. This is the best player in the game.
The guy who, the
healthiest guy in the world.
Iron Man.
I would argue maybe one of the healthiest people in the world for the past 20 years.
That's nasty.
It was just a power move. It had nothing to do with his weight. It had nothing to do with team rules. It had nothing to do with anything other than, oh, you think you want to leave us? I'll show you. No cookies for you. That sounds like your mom mad at you when you're 6 years old.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. That's a bad
that
look,
explains why. That explains why LeBron had really took more joy in winning that bubble title than other titles, probably than the Cleveland one. That bubble title might be his second favorite title, only because of what the circumstance was, and also beating the Heat, because he let it be known without letting it be known that he was very happy to beat the Heat, because Riley told him something, that you'll never win a title, like, if you leave this franchise.
And I think LeBron James, all of his titles to him have been very special. The first one, of course, here in Miami, you win one, you get the monkey off your back.
I'm gonna tell you that if you rank the four,
oh, but you win the second one, you kind of reassure that you are.
If you rank his titles, bro. I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Cleveland, you're back home. You've won in an organization that can't win anything.
Cleveland,
LA, you get it again.
The 2016 title is important to him. It's the number one.
I think all of them are.
But I mean, if you're ranking it, I would say 2016 is the biggest one, because he won one for for his city, his city. But he has special joy in beating the Heat in this one in 2020, because obviously somebody didn't want his cookies taken.
That's rough.
That's nasty.
I'm sorry, and I love Pat Riley. That's not a good look. I mean, you can come at me and say, Dan, you don't understand, and I understand, but like, dude,
cookies?
It's cookies on a plane that he brought.
Think about it, bro.
No, it's one thing to say, like, no more food. He brought it on the plane, and they said no.
Right. So which means his chef made these cookies. So it's not like cookies he's gonna be taking, like. And that's the thing, is like, don't mess with his cookies. Like that, don't mess with his cookies.
He stopped playing Blu-ray.
He stopped playing Blu-ray. And he was like,
and
it was like the way D-Wade was like, and I know this, when you upset and then you lean back and you're like, and you're thinking about it, you're like, okay. All right. That's how it is. All right. That's how it is now.
The writing was on the wall.
The writing was on the wall.
At that point, if it wasn't already on the wall, bud, the cookies officially put the writing on the wall.
You can't delete these cookies from your website, Playboy. Nah, you messed up. So, I could see why maybe that is the reason why he kind of was a little bit, I don't want to say lenient towards Jimmy, but he let Jimmy get away with things. But I don't know if LeBron was doing craziness like the way Jimmy was.
That's the thing. LeBron's always been a team guy and like a stand-up. I think rough.
All I'm saying is this.
Like I said,
He probably was going to leave anyway.
Probably, and Pat Riley knew that.
But
that's still why.
Why?
Yeah, like I said, I really can't stand by Pat on this one. Like, to me, that's just it's elementary.
Cat for Life said, "You guys think they were special cookies?"
Now, if that was the case, that's different.
What's like Deion Waiters cookies?
Yeah.
That's even better.
But it's illegal. He's got a legal angle on that one.
Illegal? How's anybody gonna know?
Huh?
How's anybody gonna know?
If they tested them.
They test them all the time.
Man. Legally, it was illegal. It's illegal to fly with drugs, especially back in 2014.
It's a cookie. I don't think he.
No.
I don't.
Facts or no facts? Was it illegal to possess marijuana in any U.S. state back in 2014?
Yes. But if you're talking about marijuana, the trees, yes. But if it's in a cookie, it's in a cookie.
Once again, I challenge you to walk up to a cop.
I can't roll up. I can't roll up an edible. I can roll up trees
and say, "I got weed cookies. Do something about it."
How's anybody gonna know? How's anybody gonna know? How's anybody gonna know?
Why do I even have to have these?
How's anybody going to know?
I said, walk up to a federal agent and say, "Look at this cookie. It's got THC."
Why would I? Oh, well, then the dumbass. Why would I walk up to a federal agent? Stop. Be clear and smart about things, guys.
Stop standing up for your weed when I'm just trying to.
I'm not. No, because you're not making a valid point for it.
That is a valid point. It's illegal.
So name me somebody who's gonna walk up to a freaking federal agent and say, "Oh, I got weed in an edible."
Saying,
okay, so then what are you saying then?
Never argue with someone.
No. Explain your argument.
It's illegal.
Great. How's anybody going to know?
Because maybe they take the cookie from you because you're acting high and they test it.
Okay. So now great. That's great. Now we're talking about LeBron James and his cookies, right?
LeBron James wasn't doing weed.
But even if it was special cookies, you think this is the first time he brought those special cookies?
No.
So then why are you trying to change it now?
What am I doing?
Why would Riley try to change it now?
I'm mad at Riley. Thank you.
No, not you. I'm not you. But why would Riley change it now? Why would Riley?
Because he was being a DI.
Right. So what I'm just trying to say is this: even if it was special cookies,
even if it was water, he would have taken it away anyway because he was pulling a DI. You know what move?
Yeah, he was being an a-hole. I get it.
I'm mad at Pat Riley. Okay. I really am mad at Pat Riley for this.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm sorry. And I know you, I'm sure texters 305-567-0560 and on the YouTube and Twitch will get mad at me. I'm mad at Pat Riley for doing that. Number one, you don't mess with the man's food. Number two, you don't mess with one of the greatest players of all time's food. Number three, let him eat cookies. I'm on Team LeBron for this. I'm
definitely on the LeBron side on this, but I was just saying,
Come at me.
But I'm like, even if it was special cookies, you don't tell unless you.
I don't care.
Well, no. Hold on. Now, if you got busted and eating those special cookies, then you got to care. But if you hadn't gotten busted eating those special cookies, you can let them continue. But we're not saying there was anything in those cookies other than chocolate chip. The point of the matter is this: why mess with the psyche of your best player in a contract year and do that?
But then, okay, if the writing's on the wall and you're like, you know what, F him, then why go meet with him in his hotel room and try to bring the rings and be like, we can do something special if you already knew and you took his cookies away? That's my thing. If the writing wasn't on the wall yet, it's sad to say these cookies were probably the writing on the wall that LeBron was going to leave. Man, that could have all been avoided by just being like, let the man have his cookies.
Cookies.
It really is. I mean, like, really?
Damn, when I heard that story, I was like, really? For some cookies? Like, he really?
Of all the things you can do to a player, like, I understand what Jimmy, like, oh, you don't want to be like this? You have to fly with the team.
I would completely understand.
But cookies?
Cookies?
We're talking about cookies?
Cookies.
By the way, keep playing hard, and let's try to win one more championship, but no cookies for you.
Cookies, bro. That's just wild.
That's
like,
low.
That's wild.
I'm sorry, that's low.
That's wild.
Does anybody disagree with me? 305.
No, nobody disagrees with you. Like, this is a bad stat for Pat. Like,
it is. I'm sorry.
It's a bad stat for Pat.
It's a low light.
This is definitely a low light. Like, you were petty that you took the man's cookies, and you didn't even go to the man and say, like, I'm taking away your cookies. The flight attendant had to go to his ears and whisper and be like,
you know, there might have been some hands thrown if it was face to face. Like, yo, no cookies for you.
Well, here's the thing with Ross. I think Ross wants to get in a fight sometimes. I think Ross wants to get punched by people. Like, I think so. Like, he's always like, there's how many times his best players have want to run up on them and deck them out. Shaq said it. We heard the Shaq story.
Shaq will punch you.
Yeah, Shaq
He
looked
punched
like
Scott
Shaq.
Skiles back
Yeah,
in the day.
Udonis had to, they had to slow him down.
Oh, they'll fight. I would love to see how many actual fist fights have broken out between Eric Spoelstra players and Pat Riley. I'm sure it's multiple times, but you never see it. I mean, yeah, everybody gets in fights, but I wonder if Spo's ever caught a stray. I bet he has.
Dude, Jimmy and LeBron bumped the man.
That's true. They straight up just in public.
In public, like right.
So if you're bumping a man in public, you're definitely punching him in private. Just think about that for a little bit.
I know. Wait a minute. I know what you're saying, but that just sounded weird.
It sounds like it's a low blow, But yeah,
you definitely got to punch him in private.
Punch that man in private.
That's like a double. That's a nasty
man.
double.
Oh man, cookies. It's all over cookies. All this could have been avoided by letting a man most likely eat chocolate chip cookies. Gourmet. That's even two. That's another thing, Vlad. If I bring like a sleeve of Chips Ahoy, whatever.
So wait a minute.
This gourmet cookies.
Think about that. Okay, so let me ask you this, Dan. What if this was a road trip? What if this was a road trip?
It was on a plane.
Right. No, but what if this was like one of these long road trips, and you had a stack of them, like you had like a Ziploc bag, and you like every game, like it's a 5-game road trip, right? You're in the West Coast for 12 days. Maybe you have enough cookies for each. For this road trip.
And you look forward to eating cookies, man.
Come on, after a game?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Like, if someone gives me cookies or I like buy some cookies and I have them at home, like I'm getting off work, like, man, I'm gonna go home. I'm actually gonna save a little room for dinner.
Exactly. When you have a dessert that you're like, oh man, I got this. Oh man, I can't wait to eat.
I eat light.
And then you eat,
Sometimes I even plan my meal to like accentuate the cookies.
I'm sorry, guys. Listen. I'm team Pat when it was the whole Jimmy situation.
I love him.
But in this finding out that you guys could have had LeBron, well, maybe. Let me
just say that you didn't help your situation.
But you didn't help you
over cookies?
Some cookies.
Man, that's tough.
You don't eat them cookies.
You ain't eating them cookies, LeBron. Sorry.
You don't eat that cornbread.
That's it.
That was his
life.
cornbread.
That's
cookies.
Life. That's life. Literally.
Dog, you took away the man's cookies.
That's life. Combine going on in Indianapolis. We're going to touch on Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders still talking that noise. We love it here on Sports Day 560 WQAM. right, no more cookie talk for now. I don't want cookies now. Goodness, I want chocolate chip cookies. No more.
Want OG?
I really do like oatmeal cookies too, man. A lot of people don't, but
Oatmeal raisin? The best.
I love them, man. I mean, I love any type of cookie you throw at me. That's why you should never take a man's cookie. I mean, it is really serious. Like, we always joked about this, like, don't mess with a man's food. You really don't. Because, like, Vlad, if I took your sandwich away right now, or I took your dinner away tonight, you'd be probably pretty pissed.
I'm smacking fire out your ass.
I mean, yeah, like, I don't touch people's food. I don't eat in front of people. So that's
two things you don't do.
Touch my food. I like people.
Don't spit on a man's face and don't disrupt him while he's eating.
Another thing, don't make comments on people's food. Like, I know I'm eating an apple. Oh, you're eating an apple. No. I hate when people do that. You're walking along, hey, apple. Yeah, I got an apple in my hand. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know what I was putting in my mouth. Okay, nonetheless. NFL Combine in Indianapolis. Now, St. Elmo's in Indianapolis in the Buffalo Wild Wings. You get that shrimp cocktail and the big steaks at St. Elmo's. And Buffalo Wild Wings is like the hot spot in downtown Indianapolis.
You know what's so sad? That they've been to the Combine. Not sad. It's funny. That they've been to the Combine in Indy for so long that I actually know the restaurant that they're going to go to eat and have a good time. Like, everybody knows about St. Elmo's. I've never been to St. Elmo's.
No.
But I know about St.
Elmo's.
I
have been to Indianapolis.
I've been to Indy. Never been to St. Elmo's.
It was a wild time, I'll tell you that much.
But everybody knows about St. Elmo.
I ain't gonna lie. The time I was in Indianapolis, I was hanging out with, I don't know if this is a good story or a bad story, at the Buffalo Wild Wings with Jared from Subway.
It's a bad story.
Yeah, he was a cool guy at the time.
Jared
did not know the whole backstory of the guy.
Was Jussie Smollett there with you?
No, there was no.
It was in the Subway outing.
No. I had met him previously. I'd interviewed him previously.
Who, Jussie?
Oh no, I don't know.
Oh, you Jared.
Jared. I interviewed him.
You don't know who Jussie Smollett is, right?
No idea.
Remember the guy that claimed that he got beat up by some supporters of the president, and he was lying. He was the actor from Power.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that dude.
Yeah,
he got beat up.
Yeah, he got beat up, and he ordered a sandwich from Subway, and he got beat up at outside the Subway.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
he got a lot of trouble. They ruined his career.
I mean, he ruined his career. He lied, but nonetheless, how about this? With all the negative publicity Subway's gotten, they somehow
largest chain in the United States
have remained the largest chain in the United States with a lot of top athletes supporting them.
Who's
Barkley, Steph Curry, who else?
I mean, they make sandwiches. I just leave it.
Yeah, but those sandwiches aren't that good.
I don't know.
Ain't no Jersey Mike. Shout out to Jersey Mike.
We'll have some commercials coming up in a minute.
Oh, do we?
We might. I don't know. Look, you hand me
they ain't helping me.
They have cookies at Subway? But see, Subway could have stepped in.
Subway does have good oatmeal raisin cookies.
I get into them cookies.
They do have good oatmeal raisin cookies.
Would you like an extra topping or a cookie?
Give me that cookie.
Put a cookie on the top. Okay, nonetheless, let's get to the NFL Combine and St. Elmo's. So, of course, everyone talking about Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward. They're going to go in the top 5 easy.
Oh, one. Yeah.
They're definitely 1-2 when it comes to quarterbacks. So going around, they're not going to throw today, which is a very wise decision because they don't raise their stock by throwing today. They can only lower their stock. I don't even know if they could lower their stock. There's just no point in throwing today. There's no point in throwing anything, even at their pro days here in in Miami or in Colorado. Nonetheless, they were asked each number 1 pick. Do you want to be the number 1 pick? Should you be the number 1 pick? We'll go first with Shedeur Sanders explaining why he should get that number 1 spot.
I think I do deserve it. I worked for it. I told myself when I was 6, this is what I wanted to do. It was a big reason why I worked so hard. Just wanted to put myself in a position to be selected so high. God, he came through, and I just know my journey's not done yet. I'm just halfway there.
That's Cam Ward right there explaining that he's just put in a lot of hard work. He's really done it everywhere he's been. He's been great. He's got all the physical attributes. He can throw. He's got a cannon for an arm. He's put up huge numbers everywhere he's been. He's just been the consummate pro. But Shedeur Sanders then was asked, well, if people are wondering, why should you be number 1?
Because of work ethic and because I was able to prove time after time after time that I was able to change programs, change franchises. So I'm the most guaranteed person you could take because I have done it. It's like a stock. You see the stock, going up, you like, okay, I see what it's done. So might as well I'm investing to it. So I'm the best stock you could get.
I love it. And then is there a team so far that's been your favorite that you've met with?
Nah, not really. They're all different and they're all like really funny at the same time. They all different. They all funny because they always ask, how you going to feel when dad's not your coach? It's like, Good. Now it'll be a little bit easier. Dad's not the coach.
He is super charismatic, by the way. It's like watching Jameis Winston. Like, you can't turn away when Shedeur Sanders is talking.
It's watching Prime. It's just like watching a junior Prime.
He is super charismatic, and even on camera, he just jumps off the screen. I'm starting to believe, just hearing from both of them, that they're both going to be really, really good. Number one, Cam Ward is just about business, and we know both of them. And I thought Shedeur Sanders brought up a good point. I've proven it because I've done it everywhere. He did it at not Prairie View. He did it at Jackson State. I was thinking of another SWAC school.
He did it
at Colorado
in the Pac-12.
He did it under the most brightest of spotlights. That's one of the things. He is battle tested when it comes to that, being the son of Deion Sanders, playing for his dad, whole world watching. He's done it. But then Cam Ward, he's done it everywhere he's been. Incarnate Word, Washington State, Miami. So they've been battle tested. They've been questioned. They've had the spotlights on them, and they've done it all. Still think Cam Ward goes number 1 overall. I think Shedeur Sanders maybe number 2 or 3. I would say maybe number 3. They might take Travis Hunter. But don't let all this other posturing and craziness going on.
Things are going to happen. And we're in March right now. Combine ends tomorrow.
I don't think it changes anything.
And then, no, I think things start to change. You start knowing what's going on the following week when free agency hits.
Because teams will start going after guys like Matthew
Teams.
Stafford.
No, Stafford's saying
I'm sorry. I was thinking the guy in the Vikings, Darnold.
Darnold. Yeah, it's once that Darnold domino drops, then Justin Fields, Russell Wilson.
And the Saints already said they're sticking with
Derek Carr.
Which, I mean, they have a lot of picks.
Which means they're going to hope that Jackson Dart falls to them at 9.
But they got Spencer Rattler last year.
He's not. Mm-mm. I think
Derek Carr's not that good either.
Dart works there. He's played in that region, so that might work. Yeah. We're gonna start knowing things. Was it March 9th, I believe? Or no, March 10th is when they're allowed to do the
there's still time
legal tampering.
There's still I hate that. There's still time to trade up and move down.
Well, that's gonna happen now for the next 2 months.
We'll see though. But I think both of them, Shedeur Sanders, super charismatic, and we know how good and how much of a leader that Cam Ward is. Cam Ward's one of those guys. He's just a natural born leader. He came into Miami, no skin in the game, and automatically just was the unquestioned leader of the team.
I would love to know the question they ask Shedeur, because you know how some of these, in these interviews they ask some weird questions, like what they ask Dez and all that. When Dez Bryant, you can't ask Deion Sanders' son that, because if his son tells Deion will come to one of those general managers and ask, "Hey man, what's wrong with you, man? What you asking? Why you asking my son those type of questions?"
He brought up a good point though. Each team is different. Each team has different approaches. Some of them try to ask you those boxed in questions and stuff like that. And I talked to a guy that once played, Stephen Ridley, that played for the New England Patriots. He said Bill Belichick style, literally, he just sat back and just talked about life to the players. He's like, we didn't talk football. He literally, it was like an informal meeting. Like he didn't know what was going on. So everybody has a different style. And Bill Belichick, one of the greatest of all time, literally was talking about life and, what he was doing and, everything else. Didn't talk a lick of football in the meetings. So, and something like I said,
you have to know how to approach your players.
Yeah. So everybody has their own methodology. So I'm sure those meetings are super interesting, but yeah, some guys, answer the question wrong and stuff like that. So hopefully Chris Greer is asking the right questions. Guarantee that's going to be interesting. Going to come back, get you caught up with everything that's happening. The Miami Hurricanes. I was about to say trying to make a game of it with North Carolina, but it's 46-31, and they just started the second half. So maybe things will get better. We'll keep you updated on that and more. This is Sports Day 560 WQAM.
Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Lord of mercy. Hey, Lord of his mercy.
Mercy on the Miami Hurricanes basketball team, Vlad. They don't even do the fundamentals of defense correctly. They're losing by 20 right now to the North Carolina Tar Heels. And ever since Joe Zagacki pointed out that they're not a good defensive team and the stats back that up, I watch for their defense, and my goodness, come on, guys. Whew, bad defensive team. He's trying, but
That's an understatement.
305-567-056 is the number to call if you'd like to text in. Rafa Miami, he is text in at 786. What I think would be fun, some fans should show up with T-shirts that say "No cookies for you" when they play La Drama, aka LeBron James.
Oh, that would be what, next year?
Especially
It's
when
not going to be in the
following.
playoffs. It's not going to be in the finals.
Yeah. 954. Yeah, we beat them by 40 earlier this year. 954 texts in. Vlad, your ass would be locked up in Russia next to Griner if you had those cookies.
How would they know?
Oh, Russians, they check that.
See,
stuff.
Brittany was dumb. She left a
Brittany was
vape.
rolling.
She left a vape in the bag.
That's tough, man.
That's tough.
Whenever people tell me like, "Oh, I forgot about it in my bag," I'm like,
That's dumb.
That's like one
Nah.
thing. Like, if I did that, or if I do that, however you want to look at it, like I'm always very clear to make sure that that's not with me, especially if I'm in a foreign country.
Especially if you know what bothers me the most? Especially when they're carrying a hammer. Like if you're carrying a weapon, you should know where your weapons are.
Oh yeah,
You should you can't be going loosey goosey walking whoop de doop de doo and then be like, oh man, I forgot I left my.
How many guns do you own?
Like,
How lazy
damn it.
fair are you with like? Oh, I forgot my gun in my suitcase.
What?
Okay. We got some more YouTube, Twitch coming in. Menu tells us they have foot-long cookies now at Subway. There you go. Dr. Toboggan puts, imagine if your boss took your lunch out of the refrigerator and threw it in the trash. Yes, you would be very upset and very offended. And that's theoretically what Pat Riley did to LeBron James, but he did it with cookies. Like, you throw a sandwich.
Cookies.
I mean, I love my sandwiches and my salads. You throw a sandwich and a salad away, like, screw you. You throw some dessert away? No, Jack. No, I can't play with that, man. Oh, that is true. If your boss threw it. Also, Kinson puts in, don't touch my music either. Yeah, you don't touch a man's food. You don't touch a man's music.
Touch his man. Yo.
And don't touch his feet. You're not supposed to touch other people's feet.
Yeah, you know how to shorty disrespect. Yo, you know what? I ain't gonna say.
Like, this is one thing. You know me. I'm pretty cool with anything. If another man touches my feet, that's disgusting.
Wait a minute. First of all, why would another man?
I'm just like, let's just say I have my legs kicked up and a guy walks by and is like, yo, and just like kind of like grabs my foot or pats my foot. I'm like, oh, that's disgusting. What's wrong with you? You know what? Am I not right? So don't touch a man's food. Don't touch a man's music. Don't touch his feet under any circumstances, unless it's like, oh no, hey yo, I have a nail in my foot. I need you to pull it out. Okay, in that case,
no,
you can do that. Hey yo,
I don't want you pulling nothing out. No, or in putting anything in or pulling out.
I mean, if I go see a podiatrist,
that's his field
or her field.
His or her, well, right. But
men and women can touch each other's feet if it's agreed upon.
A doctor can touch
any part of his body that you need touched.
That needs to be examined.
Yes.
They're allowed.
Yeah, but you're allowing them.
I'm allowing them because I need them to check whatever is wrong with me. But other than that, no.
Dr. Toboggan agrees with us. I'm on LeBron's side in this cookie playing.
I'm absolutely you gotta understand, as minimal and trivial as it sounds,
it's extremely trivial.
It's extremely trivial. I'm not messing. Like, you don't mess.
Right. I would hope Pat Riley could find a different way to assert his authority.
Like, you don't.
The thing is, it's not like, like Pat Riley told the chef, like, oh, don't pack the cookies. No, the cookies were brought on, and then they were told not to. I mean,
I know dude. When you really think about it, you're like, really?
That's a rough look.
Like,
Cat for Life closes it all out. We're not going to talk about cookies, but he does put this in. It's kind of a shot at you, Vlad. Bro, I hope Cam doesn't go to the Jets, and I agree with him, man. Please don't make that man have to go through that again.
Why not?
I'm just saying.
Why not? Yeah, I'm just afraid because Cam will come bust your Dolphins' ass.
Chase
That's
Warren
all.
says, "Don't touch my woman, my weed, or my money."
Basically, that's Vlad's. That's the 3 keys in Vlad's life.
That's the thing. You go to the gym or you go out with your woman, and like, especially if you go to the gym, you don't work out together. The people that work out together, that's weird to me. That's very insecure. But like, you want. No, it's hard to explain. Like, your girl's attractive,
I would hope so. I'm not going out with her if she wasn't.
Right. But you don't want guys hitting on her and talking to her. So you want the best of both worlds.
Oh
It's not
no.
realistic.
We're selfish. We're
It's like,
we're
I want her
completely
to be
selfish
the
and
hottest woman in the
hypocritical.
world, but I want no guys to ever pay attention.
Think
to
about
her.
it. Your girl, you met her, right? When you met her, you were
It's not-
attracted to the same things
Yeah.
that other people attracted to her. But now that she's yours, and you know what? Let me not keep it to just men and women. Women do that to their man. When you find your significant other, you know that significant other is attractive. That's what attracted you to that person. You can't be upset if that person is still dressing the way they were when they met you prior to meeting you, and still look good. So, Ma, you can't be out. Why you wear that suit for? Like you can't, and then you can't look at her and like, why you wearing this outfit for? No, you can't. Like that's that person.
I got in trouble for trying to throw away the trash naked the other day. Outside.
You should have thrown yourself. What's wrong with you?
Nobody needs to see your
me
and my nudity problems.
Nobody needs to see your junk while you throwing away your junk.
We've got issues, but I got issues with nudity, you know. Nonetheless, Kinson also says big facts. The reason he doesn't want Cam Ward going to the Jets is because he doesn't want to have to buy a Jets jersey.
There's nothing wrong with green. You like money, don't you?
Got off the subject there for a second. I was trying to think of something. Yeah. But that's why I tread very lightly. You know, I'm out every night. I tread very lightly. I'm out every night. You know, sometimes a good-looking girl will come up to me and request a song or talk to me. And I got to be careful because, you know, you don't want to go in right away because they could be there with somebody else and you don't want to disrespect them. And sometimes they keep talking to me. I keep being like, oh, yeah, no, okay, cool. And sometimes every once in a while I get this, what's wrong with you? I'm like, oh, I just, you know, I don't want to upset your boyfriend. This also leads to them being like, oh, I don't have a boyfriend.
Chase one has me dying. He said, I finally realized there's more to life than being ridiculously good looking.
Man, I wish I knew that. Is there more to life than that? Really?
I don't know.
My whole thing is this, and no one's ever come back on me. If you are an extremely attractive woman and you don't ever want to learn how to parallel park, you don't have to worry. Get out where you want your parallel park and look confused. And I guarantee 7 dudes will come out of nowhere. I'll park it for you. And you know what? I'd do it too.
Because the wrong brain is thinking at that time.
Like I'll do it for 2 reasons. Number 1, because if an attractive woman needs anything, I'll do it. And number 2, I like to show that I can parallel park. I like to prove.
Now, the showing that you can parallel park, I'm totally supporting that. I totally support that. That like you just want to show up. But if you're doing it to try to holler and then you don't get the number, you better hope nobody's outside because they're gonna laugh at you. They're gonna call you a simp.
Yeah, well, yeah. So if you're a bad one, first of all, holler at us. Vlad and I are always taking emails and texts and whatever else. But seriously, try this next time you don't feel like parallel parking like at Brickell or in Wynwood and you don't feel like it. Get out the car and just go like put your arm like and start just looking around confused. And I guarantee some guys will come out of nowhere to park your car for you.
I wonder if guys could do that.
No,
if a good-looking guy like Cristiano Ronaldo walked out,
no,
it was like this. You don't think you don't think a group of women would just be coming out of nowhere and helping parallel park?
I mean, you get great service at restaurants and stuff like that. I know that for a fact because servers tell me all the time. Like, if this is how you know you're a hot guy, if you go to a restaurant and multiple women are like are waiting on you, like you know, like
multiple servers want to help you.
Servers want to help you. Like one brings you water, one brings you bread, one takes your order, one just
feeds you grapes.
Randomly comes and asks you like, "Is everything good?" That means you're hot because they all talk and they're like, "Oh,
yeah." One feeds you grapes, one fans you, run and rub your feet.
So every woman in the joint is trying to make your experience at the restaurant pleasurable.
It's either you're good looking, or you're rich.
Yeah, one or the other. Okay, which can be the same thing.
And if you have both, it's forget about it.
The guys that have both, God, I wish I had one of them. If I would be rich, I'd be cool. If I'd be super good looking, I'd be cool. There was a point where I thought I was good looking though. So close.
She broke your heart. She told you.
No, just reality set in. I was like, man, maybe I'm not as good looking as I thought I am.
What happened? Mirror started cracking every time you looked.
No, it's just I came to the reality that I am who I am. Sometimes you
be proud with that.
You got to grow up sometimes.
Be proud with that.
I still hope though. I'm still working on it. Okay, let's get some headlines. The Heat, they outlasted the Pacers 125-120 last night. The Knicks are in town tomorrow at 6 o'clock. It's always a heated rivalry between the fans and the teams when the Knicks come to town. Panthers, they host the Calgary Flames today at 3 o'clock. Ryan Lomberg makes his return to South Florida. They got a guy that looks just like Ryan Lomberg on the New York Rangers team because I was watching the game last night at Duffy's and I was like, oh, Ryan Lomberg plays for the Rangers? And I was like, wait, I mean, I guess a dark-haired guy with a beard and long hair. That's kind of common, so I don't know. Nonetheless, NFL Combine continues through the weekend. The Dolphins continue to assess players. Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward will both not throw today. Canes baseball team could not hold on to a 2-0 lead as they fell to a highly ranked Florida team 6-2 last night. They play again today at 4:30. If you're the Canes in this situation, Florida is loaded. If you can win one of the 3 games this weekend, you got to be feeling good about yourself. Maybe 2. Can we get 2? We'll see. Canes basketball team, they're down by 20. Sandy Alcantara pitched 2 innings yesterday, giving up 2 hits, no runs, and striking out 3 batters. The Marlins and Nationals get spring training going today at 6. Sandy Alcantara's been tapping 99 on the gun, so seems like he's coming back strong from Tommy John surgery.
Nice. Get you to New York soon.
Let's just see how everything goes. Yeah, the rumor is the Mets are.
I don't want him going to the Mets. Don't trade within division.
The rumor is, and if there are rumors circulating during spring training, it would be around Sandy Alcantara, I guess, that the Mets have some interest in Sandy Alcantara.
Yeah.
I mean, I think every team has interest in
Every
a
team
Cy
does.
Young Award winning pitcher.
But don't trade him. Don't trade him within division. You don't want to see him every day, every year. Trade him to New York, but trade him to the American League.
Lionel Messi, he's a lot like Jimmy Butler. He lost his joy when he was making
really?
$1 billion for PSG in Ligue 1 in France. So he left. He came to Inter Miami where he's found his happiness. He really is happy.
He found his joy back.
He still loves FC Barcelona more than anything, but his plan B girl is us, Inter Miami, which we enjoy.
She's a good side chick.
It's a very good relationship. It's very symbiotic, very good relationship between us. And
Miami's the Gumad of women.
Take it, man. Herons, they face. I hate the Houston Dynamo tonight at 7. There's a couple teams I hate in the MLS. Of course, Orlando City. Those bums can fall off the earth. I hate them. Houston and Dallas.
When is that game? I need to go to a turnpike battle.
We've been talking. We'll try to get Daniel Solano on tomorrow. I'm thinking about hitting up Vice City 1896, the supporters group, and seeing if we can jump in on that road trip to Orlando later on this year. That'd be a fun.
If they got cookies, I'm there.
They better serve cookies. Vice City 1896. I know our dude Chili Willie is in the mix. Bernie Toledo, if you're listening, please have cookies on that bus ride, because if not, you know what happens with LeBron and all the cookie situation. Cookies are very
Bernie
central.
Toledo. That's his name.
His name is Bernie Toledo.
That's
yeah,
a cool name.
It's a cool guy, man. Vice City 1896.
Hey, Bernie Toledo over here.
Cool guy, man. I love it. I went to Miss Q and partied with him and Chili Willie one time after an Inter Miami game till like 4 a.m. It was awesome. Former Canes player Damian Lewis. Why does he spell it like that? He returns to Coral Gables as the D-line coach. He played 10 NFL seasons. Panthers were one of the teams that he played for. He coached past 5 years, college and pro. He's back. Joel Embiid shut down for the season with a bad knee. The 76ers, they're a bad team at 20-38.
Yo, fam, they gave that man right before the season.
I mean, he was an MVP.
And from what I'm hearing, their owner, Josh Harrison, the guy that owns the Commanders as well, he was very skeptical in giving Embiid an extension. And Daryl Morey told him no, we can't go further without giving him the extension. They gave him the extension, and look at him now. You got to shut him down this season, and it doesn't seem like he'll ever be healthy.
It seems like his knee might be a problem.
Yeah, it's a chronic problem.
Well, it's kind of looking like now, especially with what you've seen with Jimmy Butler and like Joel Embiid, that some of the ownership is starting to take a little bit more of the power back, because it's getting a little out of hand. And
well, the players now are getting ridiculous. But here's the thing: if Jimmy leads the Warriors to the East Conference Finals,
looking really good.
Okay, then it's all worth it. Then it's more. No, you have to have a strong. I don't want to use the word again, but strong culture. You have to have a strong management that's able to tolerate some of the antics that one superstar may do, like Jimmy. But nonetheless, it's already done. I know they're trying to stop it, but player empowerment is there. It now is the players that can't mess this up. So don't do stupid things off the court.
So that leads me to a point, but I want to ask you a very easy question to answer. What's the difference between a ridiculous bad deal and a deal that's worth it?
Availability.
Well, just production.
Availability and production.
You'll put up with anything as long as they produce. Hey, it's worth it. But if they start don't producing or they get hurt, ridiculous bad deal.
What did I tell you last year?
Watson, terrible.
What did I tell you last year about number 10?
No, I know.
I told you, all right, y'all gonna give him the extension. That's cool. But understand, there's gonna be antics and problems. So once you realize the production doesn't outweigh the antics and problems, it's gonna be a nasty divorce.
Yep.
And you hear it.
But remember when Patrick Mahomes signed that 10-year, $500 million deal? Ridiculous. Starts winning Super Bowls. Man, what a great deal. What a great deal.
Not even that he wins Super Bowl.
Steal of a deal.
When he sets the market and now others have surpassed that market, now you're looking at the deal. Oh my God, 10 years, 450. That was a bargain.
Deshaun Watson, terrible deal. Why? He hadn't performed and he got hurt.
And he got guaranteed.
Starts winning Super Bowls. Got him. Got to lock him in. He's worth it, man. Worth it. It's just crazy. Production is the barometer of whether it's a good deal or a terrible deal.
Facts.
Do your job. Matthew Stafford actually restructured his contract.
That was nasty.
He wants to stay in the Rams.
Yeah, that was nasty. That made no sense, bro. Because
he's a team player, I guess.
I don't know if it's about being team player. I think he realized the market's kind of cold for him out there because he was allowed to. Yes, the agent, he and his agent were allowed to speak to other teams about trades.
He can still talk to other teams. He can still flirt. He's in somewhat of an open relationship.
Not if they just restructured their deal.
They restructured the deal with the option of him being able to talk to other teams.
Oh, okay.
So he's kind of an open relationship. You're my number one, but
But that's the thing, though. Here's what makes no sense. If he goes to another team, are they going to rework his deal again?
I would think so. Yes, that would be probably the stipulation.
So,
I don't know.
Because it makes no sense to me, Dan, because they went to the NFC divisional playoff game and they were one play away from beating the Eagles. Like they're the only team that give the Eagles any
all they could handle in the snow.
They went to the wild card last season, right? And lost to Detroit in a hell of a game in 2 years ago. And then last season they lost to the Eagles in the divisional round. So I really wouldn't understand why a team who has a lot of young stars because they've drafted very well, them picks now is those picks are hitting now and they're developing. Why would you let a Super Bowl winning quarterback go still at the age of 37?
Get rid of a surefire thing for a question mark. Like it makes no sense.
Now, I thought maybe they were trying to make a move to go after Shedeur Sanders. That's why I thought the Giants.
Once again, a surefire thing as to a question mark.
No, I would do that I would do that because I have a young team.
The Hurricanes play no defense.
I have a young team, so I can do that with a young team. But
is it possible to foul someone 3 times on one play? He just did it.
If any team can do that, it's the Kings.
It's an official review. What? That he fouled him 4 times instead of 3?
But yeah, it was nasty work between the Rams and Stafford.
Yeah,
like it was like you just said, it was like drama for no reason. Y'all know y'all need each other. Just stay with each other, and that's it.
Yeah, that's what I always thought. I thought they shouldn't even got out of the house.
It should have never even gotten to that point. Like,
right.
But no, the Rams. You could tell the Rams won a decision. They wanted to make a decision. They told them, "Hey, we need to know now." And he's, I'm trying to figure it. Hey, bro, you know what? Go figure out somebody else. Go figure out what your market is. We got to make a decision now. And he looks like he's just gonna come back.
He's gonna come back. Give it another run. With that being said, let's go back into the day spa. A Chinese chemical company has threatened to terminate single employees if they do not, quote unquote, resolve their issues before September 30th.
So wait, you gonna fire me because I'm single?
Yep.
What does that mean?
Well, if you're not working and getting into a marriage by September 30th, you are out.
Man, the laws are
well, Japan. I'm sorry, China. Definitely didn't mean that way. China is the government is pushing for marriages, and that's why they're giving the big bonuses and dowries for marriages. So apparently, they said they're just in line with, the government, and the government's going to back them, but they're going to kind of step that back. But man, do they want your personal and your business life to totally suck? Like, I mean, what are they doing here?
That means I still could cheat, right?
What if Lynn? Yeah, well, yeah. Of course, you can always cheat. What if our boss Lynn came to you, Vlad, and was like, "Vlad, I got to talk to you about something." Yeah, what's up? I've noticed you're single.
Yeah.
If you're not married by September 30th, I have no choice but to terminate you.
Terminate me now.
I'll work at it, man. I got you. And
no, I'll be slick.
You never know, though.
I'll be slick, and I'm not. This is not towards our boss, but if somebody had told me that, I'd be like, "All right, so how's your daughter doing?"
Oh, talk about punching a man in the private.
Well, you're forcing me to telling me I need to get married. All right, cool. Well,
that's punching in private right there.
Well,
man.
I mean, I'm just saying, I'm gonna be like, how's your child doing? Yeah, they single? They married? Yeah.
Like she didn't look married last night.
Yeah. I didn't say that part. I'm just saying I would just be asking them. I would just ask them. Then I'm like, look, you got two birds, one stone. You got you gain a son-in-law and
Keep it employed.
And you keep him employed. Look at that.
You got the best employee and the best son.
Father-in-law of the year. Look at
You're
you.
a great dad.
You're a great dad.
You're a great dad. Don't think about all the other stuff because you know how
Props
I
to
am.
you.
You know how I am. You know how I am. Oh man, speaking of players moving, maybe talking. There's been some talk of a big time player moving here in South Florida. I'm not talking about number 10, Jimmy Butler. I'm talking about another 10. We'll talk about that next on 560 WQAM.
Got you.
Go back and listen to any part of any shows you might have missed.
Combine going on in Indianapolis. The draft next month, April 24th. Get ready, Cam Ward. Your name will be called early. And that, I'm telling you right now, it feels like we're 100 years away from the NFL kicking off. And I swear, we're going to blink our eyes and the NFL season will be here. A lot of questions for the Dolphins. A lot of people on that hot seat, like McDaniel, Chris Greer. Some people would even say number 10, Tyreek Hill on the hot seat. I know our dude, David Hyde, over at the Sun Sentinel wrote an article this week, Trade Tyreek. And you would think, oh, okay, cool. There's been a lot of talk from pundits and people who follow the team that might be the best investment the Dolphins could do.
You know who was saying that?
Who was saying
a
that?
long time ago?
It was you? Okay, I'm going to disagree with you, but break down the case, and then we'll go through the reasons why you should.
We said it from the segment before, and we were saying this a year ago when we were talking about contracts with Jimmy, with Tua, with all of that. We said, okay, you have a lot of great players, a lot of premier players, but we also know some of these players, as their production is great, but sooner or later the production's gonna dip a little bit, but the antics, tantrums are not.
They don't. Why does that happen? When your production dips, shouldn't your antics and your craziness dip a little bit too?
No. It gets to rate some more, and then it's always about, when I'm not getting touches, I'm not getting this, that, and the other. So therefore, he's 30 years old. Is he still?
He's 32.
Is he 32?
I want to say yeah.
I want to say okay. He's in his 30s, right?
I've been working all week.
So he's in his 30s.
He'll be
31.
32.
Okay, so he's 31.
Well, he turns 30. Wait, he turned 31 actually yesterday or today. Happy birthday, Tyreek Hill. I'm sorry, I'm trying to trade you. It's your birthday, and I'm throwing this man under the bus. Damn, today he's 31.
Okay, so I was right. He was 30.
By the way, happy birthday, Tyreek. Now, why should we trade him?
Now, this is why we should, because if you've seen a dip in production in this 1 year, right?
Yes.
And he's at the other side of 30.
Very few players get better as they get older. Extremely in their 30s.
Right.
Singers can get better, like Frank Sinatra, fantastic the older he gets.
So therefore, he is still a value, but is he going to be a value to you? Is there a chance for you to move on from this person, gain assets back in trade and draft picks, and then able to replenish the wide receiver room with younger, cheaper receivers?
Well, that's a couple of the arguments, of course. Yes, he is 31 today. Happy birthday, Tyreek Hill. And his game is very much predicated on speed and shiftiness, and a lot of that goes away with age. Number two, you already have what you're paying a guy to be a number one who's actually a number two in Jalen Waddle. So you have the quote unquote.
Remember when I was on telling you last year, I do not understand why the wide receiver position, you have both the Eagles, even though the Eagles won a Super Bowl, but you're paying two guys over $25 million.
You're paying two guys number one type of money. So the argument is, well, go with the younger,
and then that money could be used to shore up the weaknesses in your roster, like the offensive line,
secondary. We have no safety, by the way. So that's the other argument. The other argument, once again, to trade him is you do get assets back. You can get younger. You save a lot of money, even though you already have the backup. You already have the backup number one in Jalen Waddle, and the issues that you would have to not deal with anymore in Tyreek Hill, baby mama drama, plus size models that he's breaking their legs and then breaking them off a little bit. And slapping people in the head and getting arrested before games, all that goes away. It's somebody else's problem. This is my thing, though, Vlad. Keep it a buck, keeping it real. This team is better with Tyreek Hill. He still has some gas in the tank. And honestly, what you would get in return for him would not be worth it to me, because we saw what Devontae Adams traded for, like a third-round pick. So,
Devontae was good.
But what I'm saying is, you're willing to give up on Tyreek Hill for like a third-round pick, and then a Chris Greer third-round pick, which could end up like Cam Smith.
It all depends on what team grabs him. It could be a second-round pick.
You're not getting any higher than a second-round pick.
But what I'm saying is this: Dolphins could trade him for a 3rd-round pick that can become a 2nd-round pick if he hits some of the bonuses that he hits.
So you're going to give up on a guy who's had 1,700 yard seasons, voted the best player in the league.
That was a year ago.
I know he's still. I understand the aging thing, but for an unknown, once again, like we said, you're going to give up a sure thing.
That was a year ago.
You're going to give up a sure thing for an unknown.
Yeah, we do that all the time. The NFL does that all the time.
I just don't think. I think the Dolphins are a worse team if they were to trade Tyreek today.
Okay, they're a worse team. Are they a championship winning team right now with Tyreek?
Well, and they can't even win their own division.
All right, then. So therefore,
okay.
Do you want to still be paying this man $30 million with all the tantrums? I'm not winning. I'm not playing, because he let you know right now that he hated the fact this was the first season he was in the playoffs.
Well,
okay.
Do you believe that last year
was what?
Was circumstantial, or that was really the true team that you were seeing out there?
I said it last year. This is not the year. This is not the team that they wanted to present. But if there was a year to, crap the bed, it would have been last year. You know why? Because the extensions don't kick in until this year. Now, 2025 is the biggest year for the Dolphins, and definitely the biggest year in Mike McDaniel's tenure with the Dolphins.
Oh, yeah.
Because all those extensions kick in. That means everybody. That means that contract of Tua, Waddle, Tyreek, Jalen Ramsey, and Mike McDaniel all
real quick
kicking this season.
I got to ask you this.
So therefore, if you don't win,
everybody's locked in. Let's say you go nuclear this year and end up like the Jets did last year. How different would this team look? Let's say you win 5 games next year. Just everything goes wrong. I mean, first of all, Chris Greer probably gone. I say probably. I would say surely gone, but you never know what these are. Chris Greer, let's say flat 5 wins next year, and not really even impressive wins.
You're effed.
Chris Greer's gone.
You're effed.
Mike McDaniel's probably fired also.
Yeah, but you got to pay him that guarantee money.
I know.
Tua's still your quarterback.
Tyreek probably gone.
Okay, then. So that's it. A lot of y'all don't make the playoffs next season.
No, but I'm saying nuclear. Do you even maybe shop even Tua around if that's the case?
Dude, this week the rumor was Tua for Matthew Stafford. Wow, and people were really into the fact of grabbing Matthew Stafford to come down here and trade Tua to LA.
Okay, as a Dolphins fan, would you be upset for a Tua Matthew Stafford trade? Okay, how would you say this though? As a Rams fan, how would you feel? So take it out.
Rams
take out your personal.
So
you'd be
actually, I would look at it this way. As a Ram fan, I wouldn't be upset. First, I'll tell you why. I have a young quarterback who's 10 to 11 years younger than Stafford. Second, he's already paid. Stafford's looking to get me for another 5 years at 37 years old. I got this guy. He hasn't even hit 30 yet. Third, you know how much how much Samoans are gonna come to my games now? The big Polynesian fan base.
As a Rams fan, you don't care about that.
Money. Yeah, at the Rams, you're gonna care about that. And
no,
the Rams
would. I'm not talking organization.
Rams are gonna. If I look at it, yeah, Matthew Stafford, it was great. 4 years, it was great. You got me a championship. But guess what? We have a young team now. I can have the Puka Tua connection. Woo! That'd be great. That'd be a great tag team.
If you're a Rams
the Oos brothers, that's what they would call them, Puka and Tua. And if you're the Dolphins, you got to look at it this way. I got a quarterback who's a little bit more durable, even though he's old as fart, but he's more durable. He's a Super Bowl winning
no question
quarterback.
About his pedigree and his.
I have no pedigree. I have no question about his pedigree. I have no question about him playing in the cold, throwing the ball in the cold. Like we've seen that. And he's going to know how to use those receivers. So because he's not short, he's tall, so he's going to be able to see those receivers.
305-567-0560 or the YouTube or the Twitch. As a Dolphins fan, how would you feel about a Matthew Stafford for Tua Tagovailoa trade? Man, I'm kind of torn on this one right now. It's just, Matthew Stafford it'd be a short ride, but what does it say? I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. It would be a good ride.
That's basically what you have right now with the nucleus that you have. The Dolphins really only have they got to show something this upcoming season.
Chris Greer is wanting to stay for a long time, but he might be here for a short time. So and party like that.
The other thing about it is that like you were talking about the Jet situation. One thing I would give our former general manager Joe Douglas credit: he did not leave the cupboard bare. You understand what I'm saying? he left the Jets with a lot of assets and money under the cap that if they were willing to, when they let the Aaron Rodgers go, they let Devontae Adams go, there's players that they can let go. They're going to have nearly $70 million added to their cap. And the cap has already gone up $22 million this upcoming season. So the Jets are going to be a team that have money. I do not believe the Dolphins are a team that's going to have a lot of money to make some moves. They'll have money to make moves, but not anything significant, at least to my understanding as of now.
The salary cap is going up, and they've cut some people like Raheem Mostert.
Right, they cut Mostert.
And
right,
like
and then you probably figure they're not going to sign Javon Holland.
And by the way, Teron Armstead restructured his deal for a veteran minimum with the option of possibly rejoining the team, but Mike McDaniel said that the team is going to act as if he's not returning.
He was on Colin Cowherd's show the other day.
And it sounds like the Dolphins are moving on from Teron, not Teron moving on from the Dolphins.
Duh.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Like how long are you going to wait for that?
I'm just saying.
Look, man.
So
they're on it. They on the clock hard body, but it's really on them.
There could be a body count at the end of this season.
Oh, dude.
There's always a body count.
There's always no.
I mean, they're trying to give a body count to the Kansas City Chiefs right now for losing the Super Bowl one time in 3 years.
If they don't win a playoff game, they don't
They
get to the playoffs or anything like that, it's going to be multiple bodies on the streets in Miami.
We're not talking about the old Cocaine Cowboys days.
No. There's going to be multiple bodies.
Menus jumping in on the YouTube and Twitch ask, where is Aaron Rodgers going? I'm glad you asked, because up next, we're going to do something or nothing and maybe try to figure out where Aaron Rodgers could be landing.
He's going to ayahuasca camp is.
He's going to play for a Costa Rican team.
He might not even have to leave the city.
We'll be back after this. 560 WQAM.
Talk to me, man.
Going to start off something or nothing with absolutely nothing. The Hurricanes lose today by 20 or 19. I'm sorry, I don't want to discount them. To North Carolina, it was never really that close. They don't play defense. 93 to, it was a 93-72. It doesn't matter. They lost by 20. And the 93-74, something like that. It's just, man, rough year, man. Rough year.
Damn, they didn't score 100.
Get Jai Lucas in here and let's get the ball, quote unquote, rolling. Okay, we're gonna do some something or nothing. Vlad, I'll run through some things and you let me know whether it's something or nothing. President Donald Trump is set to pardon recently deceased Pete Rose for his gambling on baseball. Something or nothing.
That's something. I think he's actually cool with that. I'm actually cool. It's unfortunate that Pete is passed away, and he should be in the Hall of Fame, man. Let's enough of these old farts with their rules and regulations and everything like that. But yeah, the hit, Pete definitely should. Charlie Hustle definitely should be in the Hall of Fame, and shout out to him for getting a pardon.
He will be getting that pardon.
President. I don't think. By the way, I don't think it's the last pardon the president will be giving people.
No, come on.
That might have done or is being accused of nasty crimes.
Shohei Ohtani.
First at bat, huh?
First at bat in spring training, hits a home run. Something or nothing.
Oh, it's something, man. It's Shohei, baby. It's showtime.
He's setting himself up to be one of the top greatest players of all time.
You gotta love it,
early
man.
on too. Like,
yo, that's why I love baseball. Baseball is when you could be the best player in the game, and you do something bad, and you have your boy take the rap for it because you're so damn popular. And you're so damn money making.
That guy that stole his translator that stole all that money from him, villainized. Shohei Ohtani is the coolest dude in the world.
Who likes to gamble?
That's what you gotta. Vlad, we talked about. You gotta have your guys.
Listen, man.
Look, I got a guy. If I ever make it big, he's my guy. He doesn't have particular skills at anything, but he could take a fall like nobody's business.
Chris Carter said it best at the NFL.
You gotta have a guy.
You have to have a guy. You have to have a fall guy.
You really do.
You gotta have the lead
and
majors.
They know their role.
Yeah, man. You gotta have to have a lead majors, baby. You gotta have the fall guy.
Damn it. Man, you're gonna have to go sit down for a little while. I'm sorry, bro, but I can't. I can't be doing this.
Hey, bro, I got you, B. But
sometimes you gotta sit down.
I know I messed up, but I'm about to make $250. I can hit you off.
Look,
20.
sit down for a little bit.
Do a little bit for me. I got you in the family. I'm gonna take care of the whole fam, the whole nine.
You, it's part of your job. You sit down for like a year or two, and I got you. Just go sit down. That'll be. That's what your job is. Gotta have a guy. Shohei Ohtani.
Gotta have a guy, man.
You can't have two guys, though. You can only have one.
Nah, one guy would snitch.
Yeah. But then if it's a repetitive mode, like, oh, you just surround yourself with bad people, or is it that you're the bad guy? The first guy goes down. Look, he was the bad apple. Second guy that goes down. Oh, no. You fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Yeah, what if Shohei Ohtani's new translator does the exact same thing? Okay, then Shohei, you got it.
You gotta go.
One fall guy or girl. That's it.
That is it.
We got that one now. The Giants are apparently in talks with Aaron Rodgers. Is that something or nothing?
That's nothing, bro.
They're going to draft a quarterback.
They should. Well,
they are a clown show of an organization, so
who knows? They don't draft certain quarterbacks, but I think it's nothing because I just don't think Aaron Rodgers would go to the Giants. He wants to.
He loves New York, though.
He does want to go to a team that he said that has a chance to win now.
What is he supposed to say? I'd rather just go to a team that.
No. But as of right now, do you think the Giants have a roster that can exactly?
Hell no.
Exactly.
They got Malik Neighbors.
I believe maybe Aaron Rodgers would have loved to gone to the Los Angeles Rams if Matthew Stafford and the Rams had not renegotiated their contract. If Stafford was traded to the Giants, the Rams could have signed Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. We'll see
and Devontae.
We'll see where this all goes and plays out. LSU tackle Will Campbell scrutinized over his arm length. Get this. He's 6'6", 323 pounds, mountain of a man. His arm length is 33 and 7/8 inches. The league average 34 inches. Something or nothing.
So he's got alligator arms?
No. The average is 34 inches. He has 33 and 7/8.
So that's what I said. He's got they're going crazy over a little centimeter.
Like a centimeter.
Yeah, I know. It's nothing, but whatever.
By the way, if he does happen to slip in the draft and fall to 13th,
you'll be happy to take him.
Go ahead, Dolphins. Go ahead and take a risk on this alligator arm LSU Tiger.
You be upset if he slips past the Saints at 9?
Nah. We need him more in Miami than we need him in New Orleans.
Okay.
We got Kellen Moore now. He's the new Sean Payton. We won another Super Bowl. New York Dolls lead singer. I know you're a big New York Dolls fan. David Johansen, he did die the other day at 75 years old. Something or nothing.
Something unfortunate.
Yeah. I mean, you're a New York guy. You love the New York Dolls.
Who?
You don't like the New York Dolls?
The New York Dolls?
What a rock band.
No.
Fade confirms a new album. It'll be full of quote-unquote
cuts,
dance floor bops.
Uh-oh.
It's called Nos Desconciosos.
New York Dolls is a 60. Where would I know a 60, 70 rock band, man?
You know Fade?
No.
I'm excited. Dance floor bops.
Dance floor bops.
Man, him and Bad Bunny had that Perro Negro song. That was a bop.
Perro Negro.
Perro Negro, named after the famous Colombian club, not the one here in Miami.
My dog is black?
Yeah, black dog. Perro Negro. It's a popular club in Colombia. They have one here in Miami. You want to go after the show? Oh, you got to work. Sorry, I'll go by myself. There's nothing weirder than a dude by himself at a club, at a dance club.
That is very weird.
A lot of people ask you for drugs. I'll tell you that much. Because what do they think you're doing there? Like,
what else? Like, you dolo. You must have. That's the only thing they must, you came along with.
I'm glad we got to the bottom of that one. But Fade, I'm excited about Fade's new album. The world's smallest park is in Japan. It's just 2.5 square feet. Is that something or nothing?
It's a backyard. It's nothing.
Not even a backyard, man. It's like this. Why
It's a
even
porch.
do that? Why even do that?
It makes no sense.
I don't know. 2,461 people in the Czech Republic recently broke a record for the largest polar plunge. Is that something or nothing?
How many people?
2,461.
Polar plunge. All right.
You ever done a polar plunge?
No.
Absolutely.
Why would my skinny ass jump into cold ass water?
For charity.
For charity.
I did it. It was absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
You do things when you're younger because you think they're going to make it. And I'm not saying that charity doesn't, but like at a radio station, oh, they want you to do a celebrity. And I use that term very lightly. Celebrity polar plunge. It's for charity. I said, yeah, sure. Thinking it would make a difference. It made zero difference other than me being skinny and cold in the water. Absolute garbage. I'm just not a fan of the polar plunge. Just take my money. Here's a donation.
Take my money.
Take Florida. I love this story, Vlad. A Florida woman vandalized what she thought was her ex-boyfriend's new car, but it was actually the neighbor's car. Something or nothing.
Oh, that's something. Oh my God. You know how much nastiness that you first of all, you destroyed your neighbor's property.
Your ex-boyfriend's neighbor's property.
It doesn't matter. All right, your ex-boyfriend's neighbor's property. So that's bad right there. That's destruction, whatever, trespassing, all type of sort of things, right? Second of all, it's your ex-boyfriend. Why you still feel like, you know what I'm saying?
Obviously caught up.
And obviously you caught up or you knew that's why he's your ex. Why are you, why are you doing this? And then third,
Costly.
I don't want to hear no mental strain.
Costly too.
It's should either cost her some money or should it cost her some jail time?
That's gonna do both.
Well,
because we know jail time comes with a price tag. We know. But yeah, imagine if you're that dude. You're walking out with your girl in the morning.
Cap for life. That's a good question. How did she destroy the wrong car? Did she drive in it before?
Because she thought it was her boyfriend's new car, and it was parked on the street right by his house because there was only street parking. And she's like, "Oh, there's his new car."
So how long have How long have they been broken up? That you know that he has a new car? Nah, shorty, you got to go to jail. Nah,
Imagine if you're the dude that's
Dan, think about it.
You're taking your girl to work in the morning. You
But
walk
Dan,
out. It's like,
Dan, hold on, Dan.
You got some explaining to do.
Dan, hold on, who's Dan? Answer me this question.
I'll try.
That's his ex, right?
Yes.
That's her ex. That's her ex. I'm sorry.
It's his ex.
Well, his ex too, but that's her ex boyfriend,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
How did she know he got a new car?
Because she's been following him online.
So therefore, you're the one who's still hung up on this relationship, and you're destroying property. So to me, your intent was going to jail from the first place.
Yeah, you're not going to get off.
You're not getting off.
So you crazy.
You're local, baby.
Unfortunately, the neighbor caught a stray.
And the neighbor caught a stray.
And I don't care, you can sue her and get it's going to cost this guy or girl, whoever had their car, some money.
Nah, F that. No apology is gonna save you from the lashing that you should be taking.
The rule, you destroy my car, I get to destroy you with my car.
Disrespect is the rule. If disrespect was shown in public, the apology should be shown in public.
Yep. Last but not least, is there any more reasons that you should love Woody Harrelson, my all-time favorite actor?
Kelly,
K-E-L-L.
Why? If you saw it,
He's a huge legalization advocate.
of weed.
Too. Yeah. He wears hemp clothing.
Yeah, no. He's fully that guy.
He was in White Man Can't Jump.
He's in White Man Can't Jump.
He was in Cheers. The Hunger Games.
Yeah, he was in the Hunger Games.
I like my favorite story from Hunger Games. He plays a drunk. Obviously, he goes, "I didn't want to risk it, so I showed up drunk every day."
Yeah, he was in character. He really studied for his character.
Hey, look, that's dedication to your craft. Nonetheless, he tells a story of a UFO encounter when he was a child.
I believe it.
Yeah, probably.
I believe it.
Probably one of them, man.
Yeah, I definitely believe
Probably
it.
one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Got 30 more minutes of the show, and then we're going to take a step aside for the Stanley Cup champion Panthers, rightfully so. But stick with us. We'll be back after this on 560 WQAM.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Call 1-800-7473.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Oh, do you know what that means? It's the final segment of Sports Day because a couple of 20 minutes. Got a big Panthers game. They're starting to all be big Panthers games, Black, because we're getting down to the home stretch. Panthers team, we don't know when Matthew Tkachuk is going to be back. But in Paul Maurice and Bill Zito especially, we trust. Bill Zito, what an innovator. The moves he made initially were very questionable. Well, we questioned them. But, man, he made all the right moves, trading off Jonathan Huberdeau and all that. But Matthew Tkachuk, and I'll be the first to admit, Matthew Tkachuk could come off sometime as – what would be the word? Bratty, kind of. Like, oh, the reason I like playing in Florida, look at these flip-flops. I can wear them year-round. Like, you're not here on a vacation. Remember, I was like, he better not be here for a vacation. He is definitely not on vacation. That man is a ball. Tried to play with a busted spleen. They had to take his uniform out of his locker so that he wouldn't play in a Stanley Cup final with a busted spleen. Jimmy Butler has a hangnail. He doesn't show up to the facilities for a week.
Come on.
Oh, I just got to take one more shot, man. He's coming on the 25th. They're doing good, too, man. The Golden State's doing real good. Seems like that was the missing piece of the puzzle over there in Golden State. You got a legendary coach. You got a legendary guard. You've got legendary forward. I mean, he's legendary for a lot of different reasons. You got a good young team with a lot of athletes, and now you got a guy that fills in all the gaps. Good for them. I just hope they get beat March 25th. Hot ticket, though, here in Miami. Somebody told me the other day, like, no one's going to go to that game. I was like, what are you talking about? Every Heat game is sold out, much less when Jimmy Butler's return with Golden State and Steph Curry. Come on.
Yeah, that game was going to be sold out regardless.
I'm thinking about going on the 23rd to the Charlotte game.
Was that a Sunday?
Yeah, it's 6 o'clock Sunday.
Right after us?
Right after us, man.
Yeah, let's do it. Go see LaMelo.
I mean, I'm just trying to go to a game we can win, you know? And it's like, that fits my schedule.
That's fun.
So like, you want to go see the Bucks? I was like, no, I don't want to see the Bucks.
You said you want to go to a game that you think we can win. That's funny.
Think about it. If you can go to one Dolphins game, and Kansas City's coming to town, or you could see the Raiders.
I'm going to Kansas City.
Why?
Because I want to see Patrick.
No,
you want to see the best. No, you want to see the best.
No, then you got all the fake fans like that only go to one game.
But what if they?
Okay,
but then what if
I'm a real fan that goes twice a year?
No, you're not a real fan
because you're Pelicans game and cheer for the Pelicans, and I'm going to the Charlotte game because it's a game that we can win.
You can't. No.
And I hope LaMelo Ball isn't playing that day.
Look at you. So in order for you to root for your team to win, you want them to play against a team without their best player.
I'm just load management.
I'm
not there to see the other team. I'm actually really there to buy $17 vegan nachos and a $30 beer. But
Jesus Christ.
Hopefully I can get a parking pass because, man, if I got to pay for parking too.
Oh, man.
But, yeah, no, I kind of got some play. I got to figure out what Inter Miami games I'm going to go to this year. Although it seems like I'm not having a problem being credentialed. So shout out to Inter Miami. Thank you. I love Inter Miami, though. They're playing tonight.
Houston Dynamo. Right, and we'll talk about them tomorrow with our boy.
We'll try to get Daniel Solano on.
I
haven't reached out to him.
I did watch Tuesday night's game against Sporting KC.
They're a good team.
I did watch it here.
4-1. Not Sporting KC. They're a garbage team.
4-1 victory.
Move on to face Cavalier FC from Jamaica.
Messi scored. Suarez scored.
Messi is just a baller, man.
Messi, he was having
I'm
fun.
not stating anything that nobody doesn't already know.
Yeah,
but
he was like, let me get my exercise. Let me get my run on for 65 minutes. And then, scored the first goal on a great shot. And then I think he assisted on the second goal. But Inter Miami does look good. They look like a powerhouse, and hopefully they can win the MLS Cup this year.
I want it all. I want the CONCACAF Champions Cup.
I don't care about the Commander's Shield. I don't care about the Shield.
Supporters Shield.
I don't want the Supporters Shield.
Season. I want Leagues Cup, and then I want the MLS Cup. That'll be the cherry on top.
I want it all.
And then maybe, just maybe, the FIFA Club World Cup. Maybe we can take down Real Madrid.
No, you can't.
Taking, like, literally, I'm not even playing. But this is not a joke, and this is not knocking my all-time favorite soccer team,
Chelsea?
Football team. No, Inter Miami is my all-time favorite team. We played. Now, this is before Messi. Granted, we played Barcelona FC's like C squad and got beat 8-0 in an international friendly a couple of years back. I was like, that's how far off we are. from being a superpower in the world. But we have Messi now. We have Luis Suarez. Javier Mascherano is our coach. Doesn't have a lot of experience, but he's got Messi and Suarez and Busquets and Alba. Drake Callender questionable for tonight in goal for Inter Miami. So that'll make Daniel Solana really happy because he hates Drake Callender. He said anybody but. He didn't just say Usori.
He's been
He
hating
didn't
on
just
him.
say Usori. I want Usori in goal. He says anybody but, meaning you and I, he would prefer in goal to Drake Callender.
That's crazy.
Strong take. Hey, you know what? You got to have takes. That's a strong one. I like it. The Heat, they did outlast the Pacers last night, 125-120. Teams looks like they're kind of figuring some things out. Knicks are in town tomorrow at 6. If the Knicks are the Knicks, not good news. If the Knicks are the Knicks tomorrow,
Yeah, baby. We got Mitch
news.
back yesterday.
Not good news for the Heat because the Knicks are very good against 500 and below teams, against playoff teams.
There's only 3 teams we can't beat.
Well, in the East.
No, there's 2 teams we can't beat in the East.
Celtics murder.
Celtics murder, Cavs
Cavs are really good.
Cavs slaughter.
I saw the Cavs beat up on the Celtics. No, actually, they didn't beat up on the Celtics.
They beat up, and then they came back.
And they came back and walked away from the Celtics.
And then
there's no way you can beat Kansas City.
Kansas City. Oklahoma City. Oh, I was like, damn.
Well, I was thinking back to the relic days of when Kansas City had an NBA team.
And then we can't beat OKC. But everybody else we could beat. We beat Milwaukee. We beat Memphis last night in Memphis.
You did beat Memphis. I saw that.
Yeah. Okay.
Good
We
job,
swept
Ray.
Memphis. We beat Denver. We swept Denver this year.
I hate Memphis. They're the team. I'm in the city.
Why you hate making money? Why do you hate making easy money, Pippen, garden tools, and style?
I don't like the Memphis Grizzlies. That's
Oh, okay. You just don't like the Grizzlies. Oh, that's the Pelicans' rival?
Yeah. The Heat's rival. Man. Tell I've been out every night for the past week.
I was about to say, I was like, wait a minute, why do you hate the? I was like, New Orleans and Memphis.
The Heat and Grizzlies don't have much of a rivalry. I'll admit that.
That should be a good rivalry. Bourbon Street versus Beale Street.
That is a rivalry.
That's a rivalry. I like that.
If the Pelicans have a rival, I don't know.
That would be. You know what? I ain't gonna hold you, fam. Now that you just brought this up, if the Pelicans
Bourbon
would
versus Beale, we should make shirts, dude.
That would be a great first round series or any playoff series. If the Pelicans played the Grizzlies, it'll be Beale Street versus Bourbon Street.
Bourbon versus Beale. And we could make shirts, and you'd have like a Zion and a John Morant, and they would draft it in the same class,
and they would draft 1 and 2
on the same A. Team. We're done.
NBA don't know what they do.
We got this. We're marketing it now. Copyright. We've got this.
Trademark.
You can't steal our idea. This is an idea, original idea that we just.
This
got.
has been publicly stated, so you can't steal it.
NBA, you owe us 2 things now.
Millions.
Number 1, the All-Star 21 tournament. That's
21. Yes,
we got that one, and now we got Bourbon versus Beale. Every time the Pelicans and the Grizzlies play, we should sell T-shirts outside the stadium.
Yo, you know what? When you think about that 21, it really does make sense now, because what you do is have 4 groups of 6 play 21, and then the winners of those 4 groups play 1-on-1 against each other. They play a 1-on-1 versus each other in the semis,
and the winner
play 1-on-1, and then you win $5 million.
Oh, I was gonna say the winner gets 2.1 million.
Why 2.1?
Because 21. Oh, you can't give 21 million for winning that. That's too much.
I see what you did there.
Yeah,
I see what you did.
And I mean, I'll compete for $2.1 million.
Fam, what?
I mean, I'll do anything for a Subway gift card, but that's beside the point.
Oh.
They got cookies there. You know how valuable cookies are.
You'll fake a racial violence because you say you'll do anything for a Subway cookie.
Oh, that's
a you say. That's a
juicy
sommelier.
You crossed the line.
That's a you say sommelier.
No. I'm not thinking of presidential riot fight.
Well, I'm just saying you'll do anything for a Subway cookie. I was like, oh, well, would you fake your own?
I'll go this far. I'll do anything within reason. When
okay, cool.
Reasonable.
That makes sense.
I won't start a race war.
Okay, that makes sense.
Helter skelter.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. Goodness.
Get knocked out of power.
Goodness. I don't even know where we're at now. The Panthers, they host the Flames today at 3:00. We're about to get the pregame started. Ryan Lomberg makes his triumphant, hopefully not.
That's a weird time, don't you think? Is this a hockey night in Canada type of thing?
I don't know. It's here it's at Amarant Bank Arena.
But 3 p.m.?
I don't know.
That's early for them.
Okay. They want like
that's like 1 p.m. in Calgary.
Yeah, because they're out in West Calgary.
Yeah, the Mountain West time. Yeah, that's
we were talking to a Panthers player earlier today. He goes, they're going to be coming in here with that Western Canadian style of hockey.
What's that?
You got me, bro.
They're gonna be flying up and down.
You always assume if it's something's West Coast, it's fast paced, even though the pace out west is very slow.
What they really want to say is they're trying to say that it's soft. That's what they're trying to say. It's finesse, that pace. Yeah, they're trying to. It's what they're saying. Laid back. Yeah,
that's funny though. But have you noticed that, Vlad? The pace of life in the the West is very slow. But when you look at other sports teams, like a West Coast style, it's fast.
Very. That's
when I was in Palm Springs, I was like, man, it's a snail's pace of life out here. Here in South Florida, it's too fast, man. It's too fast. Do you like that fast pace? You're from New York.
Yeah, man. I tell you,
I'm a laid back guy, man.
Glad, bright lights, big city, beautiful girls, big.
I like all that. Yes.
So that's why I love the city. You know what I'm saying?
I like the slow pace though, man.
Slow pace is good. Slow pace is good when you have a significant other and something like that.
Once we sign off in 4 minutes, the only thing you're going to see me doing fast is getting out of here. After that,
you're hauling ass
to get out of here because I'm scared they're going to make me work something.
No, there's nothing today. No Heat game. Canes already played earlier. I'm the last of the Mohicans.
We'll get to the rap party tomorrow because you got to work. And
yes,
we can't have our traditional rap party, which you can understand why when you're working because it just.
Oh, I can.
You're better than me. I get distracted.
I can.
I get so distracted. What else? Oh, Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders not going to throw at the NFL Combine today. Canes baseball team, they lost 6-2 yesterday. They play today 4:30 against Florida. Canes basketball got whooped by North Carolina. Whoop that trick, get them. Speaking of Memphis, Sandy Alcantara pitched 2 innings yesterday, 2 hits, no runs, strike out 3 batters. He's top of 99 on the pitch speed thing.
And the speedometer.
My words, man, my words. Marlins and the Nationals, they're going to get under action at 6 o'clock. Tonight, 7 o'clock, I'm going to try to take an eye on this one. The Herons and the Houston Dynamo are going to be playing. Messi expected to play. And Joel Embiid not expected to play for the rest of the season because he has a bum knee and maybe never have a good knee again. He's in some trouble, man. He is in some trouble. He is the process. And that didn't work well. Real quick, let's go to the day spa. I got to get this out of me. A dad bought 3 Burger King kids meals for he and his 2 sons in a Turkish airport. Grand total, $84.
Not shocked.
It's expensive at the airport.
Man. Airport food is more expensive than anything, so I'm not shocked.
God, but $84.
And where did he buy it from?
Burger King.
Where?
In Turkey.
Exactly.
Yeah, they got you. The what do you call it? See, once again,
the euro, whatever, the money, the foreign exchange.
It throws you off, man.
The money exchange, yeah.
You go to Mexico and you think, oh man, I got tons of money, and then you realize, how did I spend that much money?
Then you can go to the Dominican and you think you don't have much money, and then you have that $20 lasts you 2 weeks.
Really? I'm trying to think if I've ever been to a place where like it was just so cheap that it just blew my mind. I don't know. Living here in Miami, anytime you go anywhere but here, it's like, whoa. You mean to tell me this screwdriver or vodka and tonic isn't $24?
Nah, bro. You go to Caribbean islands or something like that. That's not crazy.
Once you get away from the touristy areas, dude.
What?
I was one time in Mexico. Don't ask what I was doing there. I was buying 25-cent shots of tequila. I was buying them for sorority girls that were sitting by me. I was balling, just throwing $1 bills out left and right, man. I got off the beaten path. And I'm not going to explain why I was off the beaten path in Mexico, but I was off the beaten path buying $25 shots.
25 cents or $25?
25 cents.
Because you were buying $25 shots on what?
That's me and Winwood every other weekend.
Yeah, I would have to Shawn Michaels super kick you.
No, you do it sometimes. That's the worst. Have you ever bought a shot or a drink and you don't know how much it costs, but you're like, whatever. And then you realize how much it costs and you're like, oh my God.
Oh boy. That's the worst.
I'll do that tonight. I'm going to go to Brickell tonight. Remember the time I went to Gecko on accident, Vlad? Because I was jokingly talking to you on the air and I booked a reservation and it was a $25 fee to not show up. So I had to go.
Yeah, you had to go.
I had to go. I drank a beer and I got a salad. Still cost me about $60. All right. Well, we got Panthers coming up next. Vlad's going to cover that. We're going to be back tomorrow for our regular 4 hours. For Vladimir Lewis, I am Dan Day. This has been Sports Day on 560 WQAM. Later, slugs.
Later, fools.